Hey guys, this is Chris Aboy with Muay Thai. Today it's Saturday. We're going to go ahead and we're going to be teaching a coach's class. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and have the guys warm up. They're either going to be throwing a punch or a kick, and then they're just going to see what comes natural for them to counter back. Usually we're looking for at least 3 types of hits. So right over here, Stefano. So right over here, Stefano's going to throw, let's just say either punch, right? We're over here, we show respect with the partner, then he goes to me, right? Boom, we're basically just looking to reach. Look at reach, boom, back over here. Then you can throw a kick, right? Boom, right here, right? We're basically thinking about that. And then I go to my partner, I'll throw a punch, boom, 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 3, good, right? Kick, boom, okay? So let's just say that if the person throws a punch and I have like a brain fart, throws a punch, I'm gonna still go anyways, right? I'm looking to go anyways, so that we can get to the point where we're gonna go ahead and be that aggressive. I'd rather have somebody be aggressive and then pull them back versus me trying to push somebody forward. So what we do is we have a bunch of the coaches. We'll have you kind of watch the way they work, and then what I'll do if I see anything that looks terrible, then I'll go ahead and tell you guys how to fix it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to do 2 and 2. So that means that if the Morris, he's gonna go through one movement, he counters, he throws another movement, another counter, then he goes where he throws the counter. All right, so go ahead, you guys can go. All right, time. So take a look right over here. So the one thing, look how tall Morris is. Come here. So right over here, who's taller? He is. So why is when he's attacking, his body is this low? So what you need to do is trying to keep your body up tall. Okay. So the reasons that you'll see somebody go that low is that their footwork, right? The footwork is not tall. He's usually basically going a little bit further, so he's reaching. So I don't need you to do that. So try to keep your body up tall.
Yes, sir.
And then also when he's doing the counter, he's kind of like, if he's using with Eddie, right? He's basically just got kind of like, just snapping it. So I want full movement, right? So what I'm gonna have them do is I'm gonna have them slow it down a little bit more, and then I want full technique. Okay, so don't move so fast, No, we don't want that. I want you guys to, like, when you guys are doing it, boom, actually think about like the movement, thinking about the technique, right? As you basically go ahead and do the full movement, okay? So go ahead and do it. So slow it down, Eddie, right?
One shot.
Reach, touch each other, right? Touch each other. Don't stop at your gloves. There you go. Just keep your body tall. Keep your body tall. There we go. Don't do all like you're fighting. That's it. Full technique. Yep. So just touch and bring it back to your stance. All right, one other thing that I'm looking at when you guys are punching, right? So what you doing, Eddie? You're going like this. Don't do that. It's gonna be straight punch back to your face. Straight punch back to your face. Don't boom and then look, because what's happening is that when you hit somebody, a lot of people, they like to see what's happening to the person. No, basically you hit, boom, back into your stance, okay? All right, so let's go on to the next group over here. Let's see you guys. Right over here we have the kill and check. They're gonna be going. So they work together pretty nicely. Hands up by your face. So that's one thing I'll look at them, the hands up by your face. All right, time. So what they're doing, they're actually working pretty well. The one thing that I'm going to tell or see by looking at Nikel is that hands need to be above your shoulder. Okay, so what's happening is that he's hitting and then he's kind of looking also. That's a bad habit. So everything needs to be up high as you're working. pop, pop, back into your stance. Hands up every single time. Okay? The one thing that I'm noticing with Shek is that I want to see breathing. So when you guys are breathing, and when you're breathing at home, a lot of people hold their breath. So every time that you're doing movement, so just stand still for me. If I'm hitting, no, get into your stance. When I'm basically working, I'm breathing, right? So you can just see that I'm trying to exhale, so I'm breathing out through my gut. So the way that you want to think about it is that I'm breathing in through my nose, I'm holding it, and then when I hit, like it's like somebody's hitting me. So I want you to, so what I'm going to have them do is I'm going to slow it down just like the first group, and then we're going to go ahead and I want to just kind of hear it, even if you just say what it is. So when I originally started training, I know my trainers talking about like the ties, they basically say what they're doing, you know, kick, knee, like so that you're breathing out. So just right over here, I just want you guys to slow it down, breathe, good technique, right? Change up the timing with it. So let's go and see if these guys can fix it. Hands up. Elbows in tight. Slow down, right? And you can just see, like with Shek, if you're watching him, he's not really using his hips. So, all right, time. So what I want you to do when you're doing the punches, your hip. So when you look at Shek, when he's punching, he's just using all arms. So what I want to see now, boom, I want you to actually use. I want you to twist. So you think about like a towel. If I had a towel and I kind of whip it, same exact thing with my hips, and then reach out because you're just using your hands just to try to hit it. Okay, so let's try that. There you go. All right, the change of the timings, takes, the fadings, everything that we've done. Oh, there you go. Nice. Good. All right, time. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to switch to partners. I'm going to have you guys in. Thanks. So you guys can go ahead and switch. So see somebody. So that's all we're doing is we're switching it, and then we're going to go into the ring, and then we're going to look at the other guys that are doing it. Okay. All right. So we're just jumping back in the ring now. We got Minato and Stefano. So let's see what they're doing. We'll go ahead and watch. Are you guys sparring or are you guys warming up?
Huh?
What are you guys doing? You're doing one for one?
We should.
You said spar, right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So they're doing something completely different than what we thought.
I heard spar.
Okay, no. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and do it again. You guys are basically just warming up.
Oh, we were doing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So this seems like the one punch. I couldn't tell what was happening.
No, we heard spar for some reason.
Okay, no worries. All right.
So same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so no worries. All right, let's go ahead. So just warm up. Yes, 2 and 2.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I know.
All right, time. All right, so a couple things that we're gonna talk about. So right over here, when you guys, like with Minato, right? She's going in there, she's hitting, she gets on the inside, pop. And then what you do is that you basically pop back out. Don't do that. So when you're gonna do it, so if you hit me, right? right? Boom, boom, right? Boom. Don't move back, because once you move back, then guess what? It makes me be able to get more opening. So what you need to do is that you probably need to go a little bit harder where the person has to move. So when she's actually making that contact, as soon as she hits, it should be hard enough where the guy or the girl is moving a little bit, and then you basically take that stance, okay? So basically, if I do it to you, right, boom, right, I'll basically hit you, boom, boom, right, boom, right, boom, boom, then stay there. So then she stays there, then guess what happens? Then I'm trapped over here by the corner. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, and then stuff with you, Stefano. So the one thing with Stefano is that he's catching the leg, but he's being a gentle partner by, what are you doing?
Really okay, see?
Huh?
Like, I'm not really.
Yeah, so what you need to do is that when somebody kicks you, right? So if I kick you, right, you catch it, boom, move me, right? Boom, and then you go ahead and do your movement, okay? Because what happens is that when he kicks me, right, imagine that I do this, and then I do this, that's not going to be very realistic. It's also going to be a bad training scar, because you're not really trying to get the person off balance so that you can create those openings. So what we need is that once I kick, right, boom, he goes, yep, move, yep, right. And then guess what happens? Now, if we're fighting inside a ring, you can just see that you basically kind of suck up that space, okay? Also, I would say better technique, full extension, understanding your distance. So now you got to move your feet, right? When you're basically hitting too close, you can step back, pop, pop, and then it'll help you choose other weapons. So what we're going to have them do is going to have them do that again. I'm going to have you guys slow it down a little bit, okay? And let's see how that works. Okay, let's go. I like it, right? Do not push to come out further yet. Stay there. There you go. There you go from there. Yeah. Too close. Hands up. Yep. Don't reset. Oh, right there. There. Stay there. Yep. All right, time. All right, so you can just see, you just left her hanging, but it's cool. Right over here, you have like all the ring. So you can see that we started over here, and then they moved over here, then it ended up over here. So that's what's gonna happen in a real fight, depending on the, I guess, you know, how much power they're using, or using like the movements to control the person in the ring. So that's what we want to do when you're fighting. You always want to be in the center. From there, you want to kind of push everybody into the corner and to the ropes, because that'll limit their ability to do anything back. Okay. All right. So we have a couple guys that are fighting. One of the guys that Nikela's fighting is going to be very aggressive. So when you watch his videos, the guy is very aggressive. He's always pushing forward. Doesn't make a difference. He's getting hit. He's go ahead and push it forward. So as people, what we've been doing in the classes is that we've been doing like a simple drill where the person would just basically be in stance, and then they're just going to go straight through a straight line. When they go through a straight line, they're punching, right? They're kicking, pop, back over here. They're hitting, right? Boom, looking to move, boom, tapping, and then moving forward. And once they get to the end, what they'll do is they'll go backwards. So all we're doing is we're basically doing that step-and-step movement, right? And they're punching, they're basically defending, they're watching, they're checking, looking, right? They're basically kicking, moving, and moving. Now, the problem with that is that you have somebody that's very aggressive, okay? That may not work, okay? They're gonna be pushing a lot harder. So imagine that if somebody was attacking and they were just going forward the whole time, well, guess what happens? What am I gonna do? A lot of people are gonna go ahead and cross their feet. One of the things that we saw, if I borrow Nikela real quick, so you're just gonna hit me 3 times, but you're gonna do it slow, right? So what happens, let's say it's just a 3 movement, right? What a lot of our guys are doing, and when they're getting stuck, is that when he punches me once, I step back. He hits me again, I just stay forward, boom, and then right over here, and then I'm getting caught. So that means that I'm just taking 1 step back, which is good, but then they're still hitting me, and I'm not moving back. So imagine that he's basically gonna hit me 3 times. Hit me 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You can just see what I'm doing is I'm basically taking a step every time that he's taking a step. Okay? So now, guess what happens? I'm gonna go to you. So imagine that if I'm doing this that slow, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. You can just see that he's taking the right amount of steps. Okay, so again, I'll do it again. 1, right, 2, 3. He's moving back. Okay. Now, what happens if I go ahead and do? It's what happens. They get caught up and then they're tripping on their feet because their feet are crossing and then they're a little bit off balance. So the way that we want to think about it is that we're just going to take it like that. So this is where we're going to go ahead and use the belly pad. This is so that they can do the knees. If it's straight Muay Thai, it's usually easy when somebody's coming in towards you because you can stop the movement. So if he's basically coming in towards me, I can always use it to top the shoulder. You can see that I'm just basically stopping that shoulder. And in the meantime, I can always lower my base. And then from here, I can always look to clear. I can clear his arm and I can hit him with that elbow. Okay? So, but this fight that he's doing, there's no elbow, so we're not going to be able to have that. We can just kind of stop them, hit him with the elbow. We're assuming that the guy's going to continue to move. So first things first is that we're looking to kind of control, and I'm using my shoulders to cover my face. So let's say he moved forward, If he's moving faster, what's happening? You can see what I'm doing with my feet. Okay, look what's happening. Pay attention to my feet. I'm going to go ahead and do that like a quick shuffle. So I know that it's not like it's like me moving something back. But what happens if I'm getting hit? What do you think is going to happen? It's going to disrupt my base. So next thing you know, I'm going to cross my feet, and then they're going to push me into the corner, or they're going to push me into the into the ropes. So what I'll do is like go ahead, you can just see that I'm just going to shuffle. That's all I want you to do, just push it. So he's basically trying to shuffle. So if the person is shuffling, you can match their feet. Well, I'm just imagining that I want you just to be aggressive and push me, right? He's doing that. So right over here. So I got to go ahead, and you're going to see him just pushing me that hard. I can tell that I'm basically. Do it again. Yeah. So what you're going to see, it's like almost like a doorstop. It's that my back foot. What do you think I'm doing with my back foot? I'm going to be up on my toes, and I'm also using it to kind of help limit that mobility. And my weight's going to be back to the foot. I'm pushing into it, and I'm using his forward progression to push me back. Other thing I can do with my footwork, okay? So just push me back slowly. Look at my feet. No, you go ahead. You just go ahead and push. Okay. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just seeing if I can show you how somebody's moving forward. I don't care about his footwork. I just want him just to kind of push at a steady pace. So go ahead, push. Okay, push it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so he's gonna push me again. Push me. And you can just see that it's much natural for me to gonna do like that walking step. Does that make sense? So we can shuffle back. We can also do that alternating. So now we're gonna go ahead and put this into practice with Mikkel. Okay, you're gonna flip around. I'm gonna go ahead and push it right over here. So this is the first time that he's doing this. I'm pushing back. No. I'm gonna have you shuffle back. Shuffle. Okay. Okay. He's gonna shuffle back. He's not gonna do the alternating first. Okay. Okay. So he's just gonna shuffle. All right. You flip him around. Don't. Let me push you. So the purpose of this particular drill is not him not leading me, right? It's me pushing him. He's basically you. My energy is pushing you. You do not do anything because you need to learn how to react to it. Come here. So right over here, keep your body up tall. I'm gonna push him, right? Yes, that's it. So the difference is that when I feel like I'm pushing him, I'm doing more of the work. When he's basically moving with me, he's doing all the work. So I'm actually doing all the work trying to push you. Come over here. All right, so do the same thing. He's just gonna shuffle his feet. He's not crossing his feet. Right. Again. Here. Your body tall, yeah. Yeah. He's gonna have to keep his body tall. Yeah, that's it. That's what I want. Yeah, there you go. Good. So now, here's one of the drills that we can do. We're gonna do the same exact thing, but you're gonna see if you can go ahead and shuffle at the knee. Okay, but we're gonna take it slow. So right here. Good. Good. Right? Here. Okay. So right over here, with the knees, you don't have to go so hard when you're basically putting that force. It should be like, as you're doing it, you basically step, it should be a tap. Okay, with the technique with the knee, is that the heel's gonna go close to the butt, the toes are gonna be pointed back because it's gonna be sharper. Does that make sense? So we'll slow it down. So what I'm gonna do, because he's learning this, I'm gonna have him slow down a little bit. I'm gonna go, there you go. Nope. So when I say slow it down in the movement, slow it down like you're not going in slow motion. You're still throwing the proper technique. So just throw the proper technique. So as I'm moving, guess what? It's going to be light on my feet, right? And you can see what I'm doing that you're not doing is that what guys will do is that they just think they just need to bring that knee up. But what happens, look at my height. Imagine when I'm actually up over here, boom, here, right? Boom, it's like I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I need you to kind of do that. So let's see if we can figure that out. Yep. You can see it's less energy, right? Yep. Good. All right, so that'll be like one of the first things that you guys will try. Is we'll do that a couple times. From there, I'm going to have you alternate the steps. So what I'm going to do now is that the progression is I'm going to have him alternate his steps just to get used to it. I'm going to basically push in you. Right, come over here. Keep your body up tall. So the one thing you can see that he's ready is, moving it, well, he's basically ready pushing me back. No, keep your body up tall. From here, this is what his stance should be. So he's going to alternate his feet. Yep. Oh, sorry. As you can see. Where? Here. So I push you, right? Okay. So this is going to be real fast. So he's getting it down. So now what you're going to do is figure out when you're going to throw the knee. So when we say that he's going to throw the knee, doesn't mean that he's going to be throwing the knee every single step. He's going to find his balance, and then he's going to be throwing that knee. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So maybe from here, because it's a lot faster movement, he only maybe get one or two. That's what I'm looking for, maybe one or two. Right here, body up tall. There. Okay, moving here. There you go. Yeah, don't force it. So that second knee that he forced it. So right over here, that first one, it was good because you're trying to find your rhythm, and then you basically kind of hit it. Did you see that? Do you guys understand that? Yeah. So he basically is finding his rhythm, and then boom, he's attacking.
I didn't have the full range.
Yeah, he didn't have the full range. Yeah. Yep, didn't have to do that. Good. So do it again. There you go. Good. Good. All right. All right. So those are just like basic drills. Can we strike as we're moving? Yes, we can. The hand placement means that if the kill is coming into me, right, he's moving forward, I can always move. And then when I get stuck, let me get my clothes on. Is this making sense to you guys of what we're trying to do? So basically what we're doing is we're basically doing it into two steps. This is worst case scenario, meaning that the person came in so fast that we don't have any striking room. So we're basically using this to kind of stop them. Basically when we're stopping them, we have that shoulder up, boom, and then we're up right over here where we're kind of stopping their movement. Okay? Worst case scenario, we can always hit them with an elbow if they come in a little bit too hard. But over here, this is just us using their momentum to kind of control our weight and then looking to counter. And the knees, the straight knees, you can see that they work. So we're going to work it into two different parts. That one is going to be like worst case scenario, we basically stop them. Other things that we can do for Kru, like if he's going to move forward, right, I'm going to hit you. Okay, but I'm going to hit you hard, right? He's going to be moving into me. Guess what I'm doing? Keep moving, boom, right here, boom, right here, right? I'm looking to kind of stop him, bro. Right? He comes into me, right? This is if I'm able to match his footwork. If for some reason, let's just go back over here. So watch this. If I can control the movement, right? So slow down, boom, boom. If I'm able to match him, okay, now run into me. Boom. This is when we got that. He pushes in. This is when I'm actually doing my movement, and then this one I'm looking to go ahead and throw that knee. So do you understand how that works?
You're always going inside leverage.
Yeah, inside, yeah, because if I go on the outside, look what's happening. He's going to go ahead and hit me with the elbows. Okay? So I'm going to ask the coaches now, what do you think, how should we work this? Should we work it while we're moving and you guys are striking? Or should we basically go right into like worst case scenario where we basically control that movement?
I say control the movement. Worst case scenario, because it needs to be prepared in a situation where obviously his fight is going to be a lot more. He's going to be aggressive.
Okay.
So I think he's going into it and controlling that distance.
Okay. What do you think, Stefano?
I think we should do like worst case scenario first, like going fast, just so you have the reps, and then we can switch it to normal pace, and then it's sporadically go hard.
What do you think, Martin?
I agree both of them. Worst case scenario.
Worst case.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you heard it. These guys are going to go ahead and do worst case. So the drills, I don't think we really need the belly pads first. I just think you guys need to understand the movement first. So meaning that if I'm working with my partner, so we can get more reps in. So basically, he stands up. He's in stance right over here. Actually, right. I'll be in this position. We go ahead and move forward. Okay. You need to see what I'm doing as I'm shuffling with my feet. Here he goes. You get to see that I'm just moving my footwork back. And then from there, then we can always do the alternating. So he moves a little bit faster. That's what happens. I'm just gonna move. Oh, right here. Moves. Okay. You can see that I'm moving. So here. Okay. Is there anything else that I'm missing that you guys saw what I was teaching and then what I'm doing over here? Do you think that's a good progression for you guys?
For me, repeat, like you can drill it out, the one that you need as you are shuffling back.
So right over here, so it's the same exact thing. So if I had Mikhail, see that he's just moving forward, and I'm basically like right over here while I'm shuffling. Well, I got to think about what boom when I'm going to go ahead and knee. But as he's doing that, I feel that I can move him off balance. So that could be that'll be another drill that we'll do. So basically, go ahead and move. Like I can't knee him over here. So what I'll do is like, oh, go ahead and move, and then boom. So that could be, actually that'll be a good drill that we can do with the ring because you can see that movement. And then when you see the ropes, that's when you're looking to use that leverage. So if I'm using that leverage, as Nikhil is pushing into me slowly, look what's happening because I have that bicep control. What I'll do is right over here, I'll basically pull it down right over here. I'm going to go ahead and pull that in, and at the same time, I have this opposite hand where I'm going to have to use my footwork, push in toward me. As he pushes in, I'll go ahead and push, and then I'll basically body him up right over here. Okay? So let me ask you guys this: what's the drill? Put you guys in here. You guys kind of go work back and forth with one another, and then switch it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Work it just movement.
Yeah, just movement.
Like,
Yeah.
progressive.
Yeah, so I think that will be a thing that we can work on. So right over here, you flip it. He's basically pushing in towards me. Look what I'm doing. I'm pushing. Right over here. Pop. Right over here. He'll go ahead and arm weave in. Arm weave in. From here, then I got this where I'm going to go ahead and push him now. Actually, look down into that, right? If you're trying to like shoot, you can switch it.
Yeah.
So I'll basically just push you, right? Yeah, so then I'll push him. And then basically he just works his movement. Right here. Maybe, I don't know if that's going to be confusing. Maybe we just keep one person, go like 1 or 2 times, and then basically switch it.
So you're only staggering if there's a lot of speed.
Yes.
On that. Okay.
Yeah, so what he's saying is that if you can match their footwork, then that's what you go with.
Okay.
If they're moving a lot more aggressive, then you can alternate back because it's going to be a lot faster. Because if you look at it right here, if I'm basically moving, I can shuffle as the person's moving. If the person's moving a lot faster, guess what happens? I move a lot faster that direction. Okay? Does that make sense? So what do you think is going to be good for us to drill it? Is it basically you guys do it 2 or 3 times and then you guys switch it?
Yeah. That's the best way.
Okay.
So you're like shuffling, right?
Yeah.
You're shuffling, and then you throw that knee. Okay.
Yeah.
You land back and keep getting pushed, or you land forward and then shuffle.
So it really depends on what the person is doing, right? And when I was going with Nikhil, the one thing that I noticed is that if I'm going to go ahead and throw that knee, or when I want to throw that knee, I feel that I need to move him off balance because it's hard for me to go in a track and do this, and then I'm going to go back over here. I'm already stumbling on my footwork. I'm right here, boom, and then guess what? I'm going to cross my feet. This is when I'm going to be off balance. And you got to remember that if they're moving you, I'm going to be off balance and off. So I think that'll be a particular drill. I think shuffling back is actually going to make more sense for me to take that lead foot and use as a knee versus that rear. Because guess what happens? I'm basically putting all that back weight on my back foot, and then I'm pushing forward. So if I have that, guess what happens? When I'm ready for that knee, I'll step, boom, and then I can shuffle back. Okay? Does that make sense? So I think that would be like a separate, that would definitely be a separate drill altogether. This is newer for us, so I think we'll just work on movement first, and then we can figure out which knee we should actually practice with. All right, so what we'll do is we'll basically go ahead and get your partners and kind of work it, and then we'll figure what things that need to be corrected. So I'm gonna have this is a newer drill, so we're basically gonna test it. We'll have them do it, and then we'll make the adjustments. That's one of the things that for us over here at TAG is that we have enough coaches that it's better than just me trying to think of the different drills to excel us. I have other people that are actually doing the drills that can do it live, and then we basically adapt. All right, so we'll see how they do. Look at the movement right here. All right, so what is that? So let me ask you this. So as he's pushing you, what are you feeling?
I feel like I'm leading. Maybe you can push a little harder because I feel like I'm kind of leading it a little bit. So I'm trying to hold my distance.
I can push you harder.
Yeah. I feel like it's easier for me to shuffle than it is going to back step also.
Okay. All right, because what I'm noticing over here as I'm watching them drill, I'm seeing them, you guys push. So you're basically just shuffling first. Once you switch it, then you're kind of alternating.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if the tension that you were giving him was any different. Was it the same throughout?
I try to speed it up at times. Yeah.
Okay.
When I stagger my feet, I'll speed it up.
Okay. All right. Yes, that's what I was trying to see if you realized what you were doing, if you were speeding it up or not.
No, I think I was just kind of leading it probably. So maybe just a little bit more pressure from you. Okay. Then I can control it.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do that again. Let's check. Okay. So we'll start with check. You feel comfortable with that shuffle or not?
I do.
That way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you feel like you have control?
Yeah. As long as he's pushing, I feel like I'm controlling the distance. The more pressure he brings towards me.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him to make one adjustment. So whatever you feel that you feel like you're going to do it, what I want you to do is basically like off balance him. So you mean like with that bicep control, you're going to basically pull and then move him. So he's going to move it, and you're going to get him offline. So what I'm going to see if Shek can do is that when he's moving back, he's basically controlling that body, and then he's going to try to see if he can offset him. And you're going to have to use your footwork, right, to kind of step around. So if you have the inside, it's probably going to be easier with the back foot to step across behind you to get him off balance. Okay, so let's see if we can do that. All right, so let's go. Try it again. You don't have to do it right away. Just when you feel really go ahead. Yeah. All right, Tom. What did you think?
Felt good. I will say, yeah, especially when he's coming in with a lot of the force, that's when I'm able to use the momentum of him coming at me and then kind of taking him off balance. In order for me to do that, though, it's kind of have to like step over and then bring his body off balance.
Okay. All right. So right over here, it changes the things, what we're going to be doing right now, because I think this is actually going to work out well for us. So I'm going to bring the guys back in. I'm going to show them that, and then that's something that they're going to practice. All right, so as we're doing these coaches, we're watching them doing some of the drills. And one of the things that I think is going to be more beneficial for the coaches and for us teaching is basically looking to offset. Because the one thing that Nikel and Shek were doing is that they were doing the drill that we told them to do, and then something else came up instead. So let me borrow Shek, right? Obviously Shek. So I have Shek right over here. So I have it on the inside. He's gonna push me. So this is what he's slowly. So he's able to shuffle. So he was doing the shuffle. They basically flip around, and then he does it, and then all of a sudden he's doing the alternating. And then from there, they go over here, a shuffle, right? First shuffle. So basically he's shuffling right here. And then over here, back again, he's able to alternate. So from that point, I reset them, and then got Brady. And then what happened is that we got the. I was watching them, and then I was asking them about that pressure. So the pressure, he said that he had like a little bit more control, just shuffling. So what that means is that we're not going to go ahead and knee. What's going to happen is that we're going to go ahead and offset them. So when we're going to offset them, what I'm just doing now is that I'm right over here. I have it on the shoulder because I'm stopping him. Say that he's moving me, moving slowly. As he's moving me slowly, look what I'm doing. We talked about this earlier, is that I'm going to go ahead and go to the bicep. And you can see that I'm basically cupping it and I'm bringing it into my body. So basically as he steps, I'm basically looking to offset it. At the same time that I'm going to pull down on one arm, I'm going to use my footwork where I'm going to go ahead and go across. You can just see that I'm going to be going across. At the same time, this opposite hand, I'm going to go ahead and use it as a steering wheel. I'm going to go to his neck. Okay, so right over here, he basically moves. So I'm basically going to go ahead and keep bicep, stepping across. This hand right over here, I'm going to use it to steer. I'm going to steer it, and then from here, then I'm going to go ahead and put a body. But what I liked about it, it was very realistic because when they were doing it a couple times, then they got to the rhythm when they should be able to throw that person into that rope. So as he's pushing into me, I'm moving, and where the rope is, boom, and then from there you can just see how I'm kind of bringing him into the rope. From there, once we get into the rope, there's going to be ways that you can control that person. Okay, so let me talk to you guys real quick. As he goes into me, I basically pull over. I use my chest, and you can just see what I'm doing with my legs. I'm basically pushing my chest into him. From here, this is like go ahead and push. So I'm basically looking to control. So I have bicep control. This is what I'm looking to knee. I can push the face. I can elbow. So I think the drill that should be done now is that the guys will be in the ring. They're going to look to kind of flip each other back and forth on that. Okay. Do you have any questions? Does it make sense to you guys?
It does make sense.
So
Timing it till they get to the ropes or by the corner, right?
yeah, exactly. So that'll help us like kind of get that movement, flip them, and put them on the rope. Okay. Did you guys have any questions on your end? Do you see what we're trying to do? So it's like a newer thing. So we basically had to adapt to what the guys were doing, and then we see what's going to be the logical progression. So as the person's moving back from here, and I'm looking through, up in, and then basically back and forth. So we'll have you guys do it like a couple times, and then we'll go from there. Okay? All right, let's go. So it's going to be a little bit different. You guys can run Get the position first. Nope, crossing your feet. Nope, no. So right over here, the problem that I'm seeing with Nikel is that guys are trying to be so fast. You don't need to be fast. Think about it. If you can't do it, I want you to do it this way. Think about it. Push. Look at my feet. It's all together. From right over here, I already know that I'm passing the yellow marker. I already know the rope is right here. This is what I'm doing. I'm thinking. Oh, and look what I'm doing. I'm level changing, and then I'm going up into it. Yes, don't over exaggerate, but I'm over. So when I basically show movements, I over exaggerate, right? Because I know that the student or the coaches, they're not going to be able to do it all together. It's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and I over exaggerated so that you guys can see it. But when in reality, like if I have check, right? He's pushing me. Guess what's happening? I'm only doing a little bit, and this is what I want: chest to chest, boom, and then look what's happening. I'm basically gathering up my feet so I can position myself. It's not just throwing the person in there; you got to control them. So you got to control them. So try that. Does that make sense? Nope, that's too soon. Ring awareness. So once you basically slam them into the rope, right? The feet got to move. So what I'm seeing is like once you basically move them, no, it's gonna be like as soon as I go right here. Look at my feet. Adjusting my feet. You gotta adjust your feet. It's not just stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of like that, or
No, it's not like just doing. It's not like doing that. It's basically you're basically position yourself. So if I need to get my balance, right? Look at my feet. I'm gonna have to get my balance. So I'm gonna do little steps to get it.
okay.
Okay.
So you want this much space? You want it to be like
No. The space needs to be like flushed.
okay. Okay.
Okay. Because what happens? Like if you have that much space, you want to say? So what happens if you give me that much space? Okay, push me. Push me. Guess what? Then boom. I'm gonna go ahead and knee.
Yeah.
So basically, you flatten me out, right? You flatten me out. Boom. Guess what happens? It's like I can't do anything. Okay.
Okay. I'll push.
But
Oh, yeah.
you step in with your back foot, right? Your back foot, because she's a lefty, so it's throwing me off. Before I step back like that. Try. Okay. Good.
Well, actually, we
Yeah.
All right. So I'm pushing you.
Back foot. Yes, that's it. Yeah. So with that back foot, right? So you're like this. Step. Yeah. Cut. That's it. Good. Yes. That's it. No, go back. Flip them back around. No, flip around right here. So this foot right over here, this foot is going to go across. That no. Step back to me. Toward me. Back. And then basically, yep. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what you did. You did something completely different.
I step.
Yeah, don't step in front of him because he's pushing you back. So your weight is back. Stepping forward with that back foot. Here, let me do it.
I'll step forward.
Okay, watch this. Okay, so I'm pushing them. Okay, before you get over there, right? That foot right here. Yeah, and then basically you drop, you step, and then this. Yeah, step. And you give me that back, and then basically work through to be boom, right over there. Okay. All right, so again, so we're over here. Yep. No, you gotta move this that other foot too. You gotta move this foot too. Yeah. Yes, and then move your feet. Yes, there you go. What's that?
The 2 steps. You need to.
Yeah. So you need like multiple steps. It's not just 2 steps. Okay, right over here. The person's moving me back. Okay, I already know that I'm taking a step. See, notice what's happening. I'm stepping. I step. All right, so right over here. So this is a good point. Right over here. So my bar check. Right over here. He has me. It's gonna be multiple steps. Okay, you're gonna remember that this guy's pushing me forward or back. Look what's happening. I'm stepping with this back foot. So, right? So watch this. Watch my rear foot right over here. If I'm stepping, the next step, I'll step to the opposite side. At the same time, this hand is also helping. I'm gonna pull. I step, I step, I step, I step, I step, boom, back right over here. Again, he's pushing me back. Even if I'm alternating step, if I go the opposite side, guess what I'll do? I'll step and I move. So I think that would be something that we would do, is basically slow it down just to understand how to turn that person.
Okay.
You know? So I think that'll be the first thing that we do, is just learning how to kind of flip it. That might be a phase 2. And then from there, then we can basically talk about like doing the knees. But in the meantime, as long as you understand how to kind of keep that person away, then you should be fine. Okay? Any questions?
You are intentionally crossing your feet as you make that step, because I'm stepping back and out like this for that kind of transfer.
So he's saying like crossing the feet. So I'm basically crossing my body. So basically I'm not crossing, so it depends. So I'm crossing my feet. When I talk about crossing your feet, if I'm crossing, my body's still straight forward, so what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be off balance. But watch what happens with my upper body when I'm basically crossing my feet or crossing my body. I'm basically, look what my body does as I move. I'm still balanced. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and step over here, because what's happening, if I basically keep my body like this, I'm off balance. Well, what am I doing? This. And at the same time, because I'm connected to the upper body, guess what's happening? So it'd be different if I'm basically, when I step, right, and I keep my body straight forward, push me, I'm gonna fall. So guess what happens? That if I'm gonna go ahead and take my back foot, I put it to the side, and I have my body turn, push me, I have more balance. I don't know, does that make sense? Yeah. So it's not like I'm basically keeping my body straight forward and then I'm crossing and then crossing. No, it's gonna basically pulling straight down also, where I'm basically pulling straight down, and then you can just see that my lead foot naturally pivots. So as I'm basically pulling over here, look what's happening. My feet move. Okay. It'll be a lot different if I basically did this and then my foot's over here and you push forward, I'm gonna be off balance. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys? So it's like a lot of small technical details, but it's gonna really increase what we're doing. So hopefully this helped you guys. This is just something different that we're trying for today for the Saturdays classes. We have the coaches class. I teach on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays with these guys. And then whenever we have guys that compete, or I watch the guys in the classes, anything that we need to do to improve them, then what we do is we basically make the adjustments, and then we try to work things real time. So even like if you're just looking right over here as we're talking, you look at these guys over here, you know, they're over here ready talking about the drill. So that's what we want, is that we want that type of community where the coaches feel safe to learn how to teach and what they're doing. So we'll see you guys next time.